Hello everyone, this is me at Adams Motorsports Park for the round one of the four-cycle league, the AMP four-cycle league. So here we are. This is just this is actually the first heat. I kind of put together some highlights, I guess just kind of for your amusement, because it's really just me, starting in first and then not finishing in first. So as you can see here, it's a little wet out there. I was thinking there'd be like a dry line. I had my cart set up for the dry pressures and all, and then yeah, I get a great start. I come in here and then I just kind of just forget that it's wet, and right about here you see everybody else, that I was ahead of, now be ahead of me. So yeah, absolutely, just, not what you want to do. Yeah, like right here, yeah, don't do that either. Yeah, you don't want to be the reason that they wave the yellow flag. However, gained 2 places back, so we are now 2 places ahead of last. I was able to make a fantastic overtake here as we come up on the inside, late on the brakes. Just absolutely incredible move here. And then this guy right here, just, spinning out, doing what I do best. And yeah, so trying to keep it straight. I don't, as you can tell. Another yellow flag, that's like I think like this might be like the 5th one here, I think. Yeah, so yeah, this is not good. This is not a good showing. I'm making sure this guy really gets his steps in for the day. He's really been a great volunteer of just, pulling me out of the dirt about like 12 times. And then, yeah, so the engine bogs down, and I am in last place. So, yeah, not ideal. So, oh wait, I think, yep. So this is the 5th time. Not that anybody was counting, but yeah, this guy up here, thankfully is the reason that I don't finish last. So, as you could tell here, I definitely ran out of skill under a few moments, but when you think about it, a race is full of a lot of moments, so honestly, still did a pretty decent job, I'd say. I'm just kidding. That was terrible. But yeah, so I kind of went back, I took all that I learned, all my learning experiences, as I like to call them, and I went ahead, made some changes to the setup, and just kind of hoping that we have a better race here. Yeah, probably one of the things that helps is not having a dry setup in the rain. So I made sure to change that. So yeah, let's see how we get started. Starting in 7th, I believe, and the reason why is because I managed to lose a position even before the race has started. So yeah, just incredible scenes here, actually. But yeah, we kind of get started. I guess a little bit confusing. I thought, I guess, and so many other people thought, like, we're not going to get started, but number 3 here deploying the, you got to slow down tactics, which actually kind of works. He gains that position, but then loses it again. I bet number 7 wasn't too happy about that, so it kind of takes that position back. And we're side by side with number 12 here. I get a lot of traction right here, but he just closes me down, still side by side, and then I get that traction and just go right past him. Coming in here, super deep on the brakes, getting right past the 7, and just finding a ton of traction right here up on the inside of the turn. And also, I'm not sure if you noticed, we are still going straight and not spinning. Yeah, so hopefully we can kind of just continue that. Trying to chase down number 2 here, the number 2 and position number 2. Yeah, how about that? Finding a lot of grip right here on the outside. Kind of staying not too wide because there's just a lot of grip right here. He goes really wide. I go not as wide, but as you can see, just right here, this section, it's just not looking good for me right here. Just losing a ton of time. You can see how much closer I was to him in the beginning of those S's, and then just the amount of time he's gained on me through there. So he's doing a really good job through that section. As I make sure I brake pretty conservatively, so I don't lock up the rears. It's so easy to lock up the rears here in the wet, especially with just the way that these go-karts are, and just finding the grip kind of where it is, just right outside of that corner. Still kind of learning where exactly the grip is, and honestly trying to learn it as fast as possible. But yeah, kind of got this one down here, getting that grip up on the inside turn. Yeah, but overall, feeling a lot better than I did on the first heat. So this is the main race. I'm not sure if I already mentioned that, but this is the one that actually counts with the points. So if you're gonna do all your spinning out, make sure you do what I did and do it in the race before this one. So yeah, just trying to keep it clean here. Really trying to nail down my line through here. If I really just kind of keep it tight and I don't track out too wide, I find the grip. But right here, it's just these sequence of 3 turns that, you know, you mess up the first one and everything else just turns into a mess. And you can see how much time it just gains on me there. And yeah, so kind of thinking here, almost losing it, going into the puddle, just sucking up all the water into the engine, because for those of you who aren't aware, these 206s, they have their air intake on the right side, right over the right rear tire. So going into puddles on the right rear side of your kart is not ideal for your engine. You don't want to be doing that too much. So actually, one of the things I didn't know, and with this being my first race in the rain, and you know, this is California, so this is kind of like a really rare thing. And as this guy losing it right there, absolutely sensational overtake there by me, just incredible job. But yeah, as I was saying, it's kind of a rare sight, especially in the summer, to have any rain races. So honestly, it's an amazing opportunity to actually be able to come out here and race in the rain and see what it's actually like. I mean, it's just a completely different experience. One thing I did need to figure out is how to not get my visor so foggy. I mean, it looks fine here in the GoPro, but my GoPro doesn't breathe, so you know, it doesn't really generate that fog. So kind of kept it clean throughout those laps. I was making sure to just, you know, settle into second place, you know, just not going too crazy, trying to be a little bit conservative on those hard braking zones going into that big carousel. I forget the turn names, honestly. I need a track map. I'm pretty bad with that stuff. I know where they are, but I don't know the names, so I should probably study that. So as you can see here, just kind of getting a little bit out of shape, but honestly not too bad, but clearly not enough to hold this man behind. And yeah, he kind of goes in a little bit. It takes a little bit of a tighter line through there. Almost loses it there, and kind of just, I'm able to find that grip right up on the outside, and see if I can get him maybe like a little bit deep on the brakes. Almost tapping him, just holding it in, just praying I don't run into the back of him. And yeah, we gained back second place. So let's see, a nice little battle that we have starting on here, and then he just comes right back at me, which is kind of crazy. I mean, I was kind of confused at this point. I remember being like, how is he getting this power down so fast? But yeah, as you can see here, he's just going sideways, not straight, which is not good. But I'm able to kind of get right here up on the inside, where I'm finding a lot of grip and try to beat him on the brakes. Try almost get it, but he's able to hold that inside line, or the outside line actually, the inside for the next turn. But yeah, you can see here, just he's almost losing it. So it's kind of my opportunity here, but I'm just not getting that power down through that section. That would have been a great opportunity, but it's just not working out for me. And yeah, I don't know if you could see, but that white kind of cup that's over his intake, I didn't know those things existed. Great little invention, because it kind of keeps a lot of that water getting into the engine. I was kind of worried at this point, thinking, you know, maybe am I down on power? Why is he so much faster than me? You know, creating these excuses to make myself feel better, right? Oh, here's another excuse. I was on the wrong tires. I thought we were supposed to be on the Hoosier R70s, because that's just kind of what I'm used to. Turns out everybody else was on the R60Bs, so softer compound. I'm not sure how much of a difference that would make here in the rain, because the tires are just cold, right? I mean, these slicks, you don't get any temperature in them. They just turn into rocks. But I think a softer rock is better than a harder rock, when you're trying to make grip. So deep into the brakes here, I'm finding a ton of traction up on that inside curve right there, and see if I can just hold my line through here. But I just can't get it right. I mean, as you can see, part of me is not getting it right. The other part of me is trying different lines, sort of. But yeah, just unable to hold my position there with him. He just keeps coming back at me on the corner exits. So yeah, just trying to tuck in a little bit into the slipstream, going a little bit out wide here. I'm not sure if I lost any time there, but just kind of right here, just understeering, right about till you hit this patch here, where you finally regain some grip and you can kind of get that cart turned. And yeah, kind of going deep on the brakes here. As you can see, I kind of catch him on the brakes, but it's all about that exit where he kind of just takes off on me, to be honest. And then that just carries over into the straight as well. So yeah, trying not to get too excited, not to get too impatient, trying to catch him back. I know that in this section, I have a great opportunity to come back at him. As you can see here, he's almost loses it. There was, honestly, in the first race, in the first heat, I ran into that same issue a few times where you take that a little bit too wide and you're not getting any grip until you get to those cones. But yeah, so that was kind of my opportunity. And then through this section here, I did a terrible job at capitalizing on it. But yeah, so I guess we just like settle back in here. 3 more laps pass. Kind of stabilized a little bit on the pace he was pulling on me. I'm pretty sure he probably saw that he had built a gap, and with just a few laps to go, probably just settle in, not do anything too crazy. But yeah, so just kind of coming in here. I run it almost way too wide. I have to get off the throttle, and you see just the second place just lose a ton of time there. And actually, I was just so focused on kind of getting it together that I had no idea this guy just comes right up on the inside of me, right into that puddle, wiping the water off, and then yeah. So I try to get back into him right here. I find that grip on the outside, but just not able to get by. That section of the track just kind of narrows on you. But see if I can get him up on the brakes. But he does a pretty good job at holding it there, to be honest. So yeah, just trying to like tuck in a little bit. Right now, just really trying. I mean, I know there's only just 2 laps left. I'm really trying to just keep myself composed, not get too impatient. And at this point, just kind of pray for a mistake. And maybe see if, I knew I had this section down pretty good, but maybe see if I could probably catch him up a little bit here. As you see, I kind of gain on him a little bit, but it's just not enough. And then right here, I really got to be taking that way tighter on the left to set myself up here, because here I just lose a ton of time. I mean, you could see it right there. Just struggling to get that power down. But yeah, so final lap, just kind of, at this point, kind of just accepting that 4th place, but always just hoping that, someone will make a mistake in front of me, kind of like. But yeah, kind of just tucking in here. I kind of get a little too excited here, almost losing it. I scratch up the bottom of the chassis. It always just hurts me to hear that, but thankfully just keep it in line. Come in here just deep on the brakes. I went a little bit too hot, but thankfully I pull off another amazing overtake. It's absolutely sensational stuff. The crowd is just absolutely fascinated by me here. But yeah, so we regain 3rd position. I'm sure he's very frustrated. But yeah, I don't care. I am winning, sort of. So yeah, I'm just trying to gotta get this. At this point, I'm just really making sure I don't mess up this section, because I know this is where I'm screwing it up. And then, yes, I make sure to screw it up, and then I make sure to screw up this bit. I screw up this bit, I mess this part up, and then let's see. That was pretty decent. But yeah, thankfully, it was not enough mess ups to lose 3rd place. So we come home, bring it home in 3rd. Finally get to relax a little bit, but honestly, just an extremely fun race, to be honest. yeah, thank you for watching. And yeah, see you later.
That was so fun. Man, you're like pulling on me so hard. I know that was weird, but it was what was interesting was on our last start. Yeah. Yeah, like super hard. Yeah. Oh god, it's so hard though. I felt my